Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making today is a delicious batch of applesauce cookies. Now, this is an old-fashioned recipe. I was told it's one that was made back in the 50s. So that is a delicious recipe, simple ingredients, and if you like to know how to make them, stick around and let's get started. Just recently I shared with you a recipe to make homemade applesauce. My friend Trixie and her mother-in-law shared with us. I got both there now. I got some of Trixie's and some of the one that I made. And right now, if you've never seen it, I'll share that link with you. I'm going to be putting in here half a cup of shortening and 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar. So we're just going to mix these together. Now shortening is room temperature anyway, so it's easy to blend. So you pretty much just want to mix these two together. You could mix it with a blender if you want to do that, or just use your spoon. That's all. Okay, so all I need to do now is crack a large egg into a separate bowl and just mix that around. Toss in with your brown sugar and your shortening and then mix that together. So just mix that in just a little. Now what we're going to do is sift in our dry ingredients. So I got 2 cups of all-purpose white flour. If you can't use white flour, you use a flour of choice. I got 1 teaspoonful of sea salt, a teaspoonful of cinnamon, and I got a teaspoonful and a half of baking powder, and a quarter of a teaspoonful of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoonful of ground cloves. So pretty much we're going to alternate here, sifting a small amount of the sifted dry ingredients and a small amount of the applesauce. After you've done that, I'm just going to move the flour sifting to the side, and I'm going to mix that in, alternating, like I was saying, the dry ingredients with the applesauce. Now I'm going to do that one more time. So applesauce, that's the 2 kinds, and the sifting of the flour. Trixie's applesauce was just a little darker than mine, so I'm thinking she used a little bit more cinnamon, but you decide what you want to do. That's all we need to do there. It smells absolutely amazing in here. We haven't even done anything yet, eh, Raymond? No. It's just, you can smell that cinnamon and cloves, and of course the applesauce got some cinnamon into it because I had boiled it down with cinnamon sticks. So now at this point, you're just going to blend all this together. You're going to have a decision to make whether you will want to use raisins in this recipe or if you wanted to use white or dark chocolate chips. I'm going to use both. I'm going to take a small amount out and just use both.
Just imagine, Bonita, like this would be great now if grandkids were here, or you know, would it be a fun little...
This would be a great recipe to make with your kids, for sure, and let them dress it up whatever way they want it. It's not a dough you would eat raw. I know we did when we were kids because we didn't mind a raw egg, but nowadays we kind of get a little bit more careful on that, but that's all you need to do there. Yum. So I'm going to take half of this mixture and put over into this bowl, and I'm going to put about, I'm going to say half a cup of white chocolate chips in that one, and I'm going to put about a cup of raisins in the other one. I like a little bit more raisins in my cookie dough. So that's all you need to do there. Now we're going to scoop them into on our pan with some parchment paper. Sheet of parchment paper, and I crinkled it a little bit because it's easier for it to stay down. So now you could use about a tablespoonful of the cookie mixture and just put down onto your pan. Now you're probably going to make a couple of sheets of these. Anywhere between 40 and 50 they actually make, depending on the size that you want your cookie to be. So I'm going to put the chocolate chips on this side and the raisin on this side, and you decide if you want to do both. I know this recipe only called for the raisins, but I know we like chocolate chips as well, so for sure. So that's all you need to do there. So like I was saying, I got my raisins on one side, chocolate chips on one side, and the raisin cookies on the other side. And you decide how big you want these cookies to be. And after, you could, when you take them out, let them come to room temperature, you decide, do you want to just dust them with a little small amount of confectionery sugar just to dazzle them up? Do you want to dip it in chocolate, a melted chocolate, or do you want to put icing over them? That is entirely up to you and whoever's making them with you. I know that Raymond, he likes doing a little bit of it all, I think.
No, I'm just wondering how many of each would you have to sample before you come up with which one you like the most, right? 1, 2, 3.
I think at least 3.
Oh, for sure.
Right, and that'll give you trying the 3 different options or 4 different options, maybe 4, because that was 4 different options I think I gave you there. And that's all you need to do. Now I'm going to let you know how long you need to bake these for. So what you need to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. When it beeps for you to put the cookies in there, put them in there anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how you like yours baked. A little more done, a little softer, whichever. But these here is absolutely delicious. 10 minutes works for me in my oven, and I'm going to show you what they look like when they're baked.
10 minutes, perfect for me too.
Our applesauce cookies are baked. Now I'm just going to put them out onto a cooling rack, and let's try some.
You say we can try some?
We can try some, yes.
Okay, this sounds good. Okie dokie.
Okay, here they are. I only got half of them done, but that's enough to show you. This is some melted chocolate chips. This is what they look like on the bottom. I'm going to break one in half. This is the inside. So delicious. I'm going to pass this little one to Raymond while he's waiting, because you know, we don't want to keep him waiting long. No. And the chocolate chip ones, dip them into the melted chocolate on one side like this, and just put them there to go cold. Now this is almost at room temperature here, but I wanted to make sure that we got that chocolate dip there. Plus,
please excuse me if you can hear me.
You might hear Raymond chime in there. Also, you can use the confectionery sugar just to toss over those raisin ones. And I got some cream cheese icing that you could put over them as well. So the sky's the limit, is whatever you and your family enjoys. Of course, you know Raymond is going to have a sample of each one, because that's that's a giving.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it. This is it. As good as it gets. So all I did is melt those chocolate chips for about a minute in the microwave, and just mixed it up. Put them back in there again if you need to do it to make them soft, so you can spread it on each cookie. So one got icing sugar, one got confectionery sugar, and the other one has got melted chocolate chips. I'm gonna have a taste of this one. The softness of the cookie. You can taste the cinnamon and clove right through it. What I was told by the elder that gave the recipe to me was, the longer you keep these, if you keep them a couple of days at room temperature in a tin can or a cookie jar, the flavor of that spice will go right through those cookies. So good.
I can believe that for sure.
Yum.
Our biggest problem
thumbs up.
is they're going to last for 3 or 4 days.
Can we keep them for 3 or 4 days? I don't know, Raymond. I'm with you.
I'll tell you.
We're going to have to try. We're going to have to...
We'll give it a
Yeah,
we'll
we're
give
going to
it a
have to
try.
try. I think I'm agreeing with Raymond.
I know.
I had to go back. I had to go back and get that last taste of that cookie. Isn't that terrible? Especially the ones with the melted chocolate there. Okay, we're giving them away, Raymond. If it stays there, it's going to be gone. Anyway, you guys, if you like this recipe, it's an old-fashioned applesauce recipe. It's a soft cookie. Texture is delicious. Recipe is going to be posted in under this video. As well, if you can't find it there, you can find it on our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can hit the link at the bottom of this video as well. If you can't find a recipe or you want to send us a message letting us know about this recipe or any of our recipes to date, email us at bonitakitchen@gmail.com. I'm going to get back now and bake the rest of those cookies, put them in the oven, and seal these up and give them away because Raymond, he's going to be just sitting down by this cookie tray.
While
and
you're
that's
baking more, I'll do sampling.
Sample each one. I can see that for
Sounds
sure.
good.
You guys, thank you for joining us here today. We are so glad that you stopped by to visit us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. On behalf of myself, Raymond, and our team here at Bonita's Kitchen, and from our kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day. Hi, Bonita here from Bonita's Kitchen. If you're visiting Newfoundland and Labrador, don't forget to check out Brigus and its surrounding communities and towns. Also, visit us on Eastlink Community TV, our website www.bonitaskitchen.com, and our YouTube channel. And don't forget to join us again on Bonita's Kitchen.
Join us by the sea, a journey in culinary, always an open door. Bonita's Kitchen, yours. Bonita's Kitchen.